Hey friends, my name is Kayla Rain, and today I'm doing my November wrap-up and my December TBR. So in the month of November, I read 5 books and 1 comic book volume, and I do have to say it was a really great reading month. My lowest star rating was a 3.5 out of 5 stars, which is not bad by any means in my book. So pretty great reading month. I am very happy with all of the books that I picked up in the month of November. So the first book that I picked up in November was Lies We Tell Ourselves by Rowell. I'm not going to go too much into this book because I do have a full video review on this. No spoilers, of course. So if you want to know a little bit more about this, go ahead and check this out. But I ended up giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It is a YA historical fiction following 2 main characters who are exploring different race issues, they're exploring their sexuality, and they're exploring a lot of different family dynamics. This book was really enjoyable, and I thought that Rowell did a really great job discussing some bigger issues and bigger themes in a way that was easily digestible and just really great for young adults. The next book that I picked up was Carry On by Rowell, and this was my 3.5 out of 5 star reads. I was very disappointed in the fact that I didn't love this book. I'm not going to say too much about this because I feel like everyone knows about this, especially if you read Fangirl. But basically, I adored the characters in this book. I thought Rainbow did such a great job writing fantastic, multifaceted characters, and that is something that is just very distinct about her writing style, that she just makes fantastic characters with great relationship dynamics. And can we all just take a moment to appreciate that build-up between Simon and Baz? Like, how satisfying, how freaking satisfying to see that love story come together. It was fantastic, and I really loved Penelope as a side character. She was just a fantastic side character and didn't play into any of the side character tropes that are really traditional and typical in that setting, but I enjoyed the characters. However, the world building, I hated the magical world. I did not like the plot. None of that was interesting to me. If this was a story about Simon, Baz, and Penelope going to a high school, I would read the crap out of that. However, could care less about the magical elements in this book. So 3.5 out of 5 stars based purely on the amazing characters. Next, I picked up Everything Leads to You by Nina Lacour. This is a YA contemporary that follows a main character named Emmy, and the book starts off with her going to an estate sale where she finds a mysterious letter from a huge celebrity who has passed away, and it is addressed to his illegitimate daughter. So she goes on a quest to find this illegitimate daughter, and it leads her to Ava, this girl that she ends up falling in love with. And this story, just the way it plays out, was just really wonderful. I loved all of the relationships in this book, both romantic and platonic, and the family relationships were really fantastic. I thought Emmy was a really great character. I ended up giving this a 5 out of 5 stars and would highly recommend to anyone who loves YA contemporary, especially if you liked Paper Towns. Like, this has that mysterious, let's go find out a mystery type vibe to it. And such sweet romance. Such swoony romance. Next, I picked up A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis. This is another YA historical fiction. It follows a main character named Grace, who is a patient at a mental institution. Ugh, that word is just hard for me to say. But the book starts out with her being in this really terrible mental institution where the patients are treated very poorly, and Grace is able to escape from that atmosphere and those surroundings when Thorn Hollow saves her from that in exchange for her assistance in solving murders in Ohio. So that's all I'm really going to say about this book because I don't want to spoil too much. But Trina from Between Chapters has a really great video talking about why you should read this book, and I highly recommend you go check it out. So it'll be somewhere here or in the down bar below for you guys to check out. The last novel that I ended up reading this month was The Outsiders by Tammy. I think I'm saying that correctly, but she is an author who has self-published herself, and she put out a message on Goodreads that she was just looking for some people to review her books. So I approached her and asked if I could get a copy of her book and read it and review it. So I requested an ebook copy, and I will put a picture of the cover somewhere around here. Not really sure where it's gonna go. But this is one of those books that I can't say too much about because one of the beautiful things is about reading it and just kind of letting it unfold. But it does follow 3 main characters all through the point of view of the main character, Jaylyn. And I really enjoy Jaylyn as a character. I haven't seen a lot of atheist characters in YA, and I think that the way that the author approached this subject was just done really well and really respectfully. I really love that aspect of the book, and I liked that there was some diversity in the cast. All 3 main characters have a different aspect of diversity. I really enjoyed that one character in particular, Indigo, did not label herself as to whether she was bisexual, lesbian, pansexual, anything like that. She just stated that she loves the person for who they are and she doesn't want any labels. So that was refreshing to see a character who rejected labels. And then that was just part of the book. That was just like an accepted part of that world, and that was enjoyable to see that integrated into the novel. As far as the actual plot, I can't say too much. All I can say is that Jaylyn is definitely different from other teenage girls, and I know that sounds like so like trope-tastic, but I can't say anymore. I'll spoil things for you. I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. The only issue that I kind of had with it is I wish that there was a better portrayal of female friendships in it, because I'm always about the female friendships, and I kind of hate it when the females in the story don't get along and they are kind of like enemies, because I don't know. That's just a personal thing though, so if that doesn't bother you, then it probably won't bother you at all in the book. But I just had to throw that out there. I will have a full review on this book up on Friday, so if you want to know a little bit more about this, or just talk about it if you have read it, that's where you need to be looking. And finally, I read Bitch Planet, and the authors to this are Kelly Sue DeConnick and Valentine DeLandro. So, I read Bitch Planet, and oh my goodness guys, 5 out of 5 stars, no questions asked, fantastic feminist literature right here. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so basically this is in a world where men are completely dominant, and being a dominant female, meaning that you're not submissive and you're not compliant to men, makes you a criminal, and you are sent to a high security prison that is on another planet that has been dubbed Bitch Planet. This follows some of the prisoners as well as follows some of the men that are still on Earth, and it really shows the way the society works. This is definitely a dystopian science fiction comic book, and it was so fantastic. I am honestly considering just buying the single issues just so I can get more of this. Like, I don't know if I can wait for the volume 2 bind up. This was so fantastic. I ended up giving it a 5 out of 5 stars, and if you enjoy science fiction, dystopian, or feminism, especially if they're all combined, I highly recommend reading this. It was so fantastic, and seeing the parallels between their world and ours was just astounding and done so well. So I loved this. I can't wait to discuss this in my real life book club. We are getting feminist at brunch. That was it for my wrap up, so I'm just going to move right into my December TBR. So I will be reading the first 4 books of the Harry Potter series, and this is for 2 different Harry Potter readathons that I'm participating in, and I will link both of those in the down bar below. There are going to be so many links in the down bar below, so check it out. There's going to be so much cool stuff for you guys. But I will be reading these, and that is going to be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Order of Azkaban? Prisoner of Azkaban. It's the Prisoner of Azkaban. And finally, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And in addition to those 4 books, I also plan on finishing the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy with Days of Blood and Starlight and Dreams of Gods and Monsters. And I've already started Days of Blood and Starlight, and I'm super excited about finishing this one and then finishing the trilogy, because I've heard such great things about this, especially from Marinez, from My Name is Marinez, and if she has good things to say about it, then it's gotta be pretty solid YA. Okay guys, that has been it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my wrap up, and I am very much looking forward to my TBR, so leave a comment in the comment section down below. What was your favorite book of November, and what are you most looking forward to for reading in December? As always guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay weird.